Welcome to the Paint with Heart studio with Cindy Harrison and Melissa Reyes. I'm Cindy Harrison. I'm the artist and designer of the projects for Paint with Heart with Melissa's input. And here she is to say hello, my bestie, Melissa Reyes.
Hi everybody, I'm Melissa Reyes. I go by Ms. Meliz on social media, and you can find me at msmeliz.com. I'm really happy to be here with Cindy Harrison. She is my bestie from the East Coast. I'm out here in California, and I'm super excited about today's project on Paint with Heart because today's theme is hope. And I have my little card here, and the card for hope has a cityscape on it. You can barely see that behind in the haze, that's Los Angeles. And we're going to be painting a little cityscape today. So thank you so much for having me today, Cindy. Can't wait to get started.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me get started then. Okay, so here's the cityscape, if you will. That's what you see at night in California.
It's a sunset. That's our sunset. We've got those crazy pink clouds. It's just really fun. It's taken from a photograph that I showed you.
Right, so I called it Summer in the City because this kind of sky to me would indicate that it is going to be a hot day. So I'm going to show you how to do this two ways. This is done in acrylics, and I'm going to show you how to do it in watercolor. But even though we're going to do the sky in watercolor, you need the acrylics for your skyline. So I traced my pattern onto my watercolor paper, and it's 140-pound watercolor paper. Let's see, just a Strathmore, you know, nothing special about it. Well, anyways, you should put a piece of freezer wrap paper underneath if you're not going to take it off of your book, but I will take it off of my book. So if you're not going to take it off of your book, you should put some paper there to protect the other sheets. Okay, I'm going to take a watercolor flat brush, and you want to soak it in water and really get that water soaked up into your brush. Work it hard in the water so that there's no dry hairs even up in the ferrule. So I'm going to pre-wet my surface. And be aware of your AC or heat if you're in a cold climate and you need heat. Fans, anything like that that's going to dry out your painting area.
Okay, I think that might be obvious, but why is that? That just, you want to keep the surface wet? Is that what?
Yes, yes, we want to keep it moist. You want that area moist. Not puddling, like if you lift it off the table, the water's going to run off onto your table, but you want it moist. I'm going to start by putting in some cad yellow. And with watercolor, you just dip it into some clean water and brush it. I'm brushing it over the color. My colors are all dry. That's what I love about watercolor. And I'm going to start sticking in some yellow where there's going to be clouds. If it's too bright, just go over it with some more water. And you can go right through the buildings because we're going to go over them later. There's this yellow streak that goes right through these buildings. Wash the brush. Now I'm going to pick up some cad orange and I'm going to add it to some of the cloud area. And I'm just brushing it in right over the yellow just to give some tints of some orange. All kind of looks the same right now. Now I've got the AC on, so I'm going to have to add a little bit more water to the areas that are drying out on me, because my area is definitely drying out. And I don't want it to dry up right now. I want it to blend. When you go back into the water, make sure you go into the clean water. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up some Opera Rose. It's a very bright pink, and I'll pick up some of that pink and brush that across my surface in hopes that maybe the yellow, it can blend a little bit with the yellow and orange that I placed down there. I love this color. It's a beautiful color. Stick some little bit of pink down here, and if there's not enough water, it's gonna come out way wicked bright. So you're gonna wanna go back, wash that brush out, pick up some fresh water, and soften that right out. Down here is very pale. Up here will be brighter, but down here you want to be pale. You add more water, it will dissipate. Oh, I just gotta, that's the thing about watercolor. It comes and goes very fast. Just a little water and you've lost your color. Okay, I'm going to now build up the pink in my sky up here. And I have a lot of water in my brush. And you can have it streaky by staying on an angle. So far, so good. Now, if you start to create these lines here, just go over them with some clean water and they will soften, hopefully right out. You want them muted. You don't want a harsh makeup line there. Okay. We got some bright pink. Now we're going to go into that Theo Violet is what I have, but your violet color. And you're going to start up at the top, and it really does take over. So we're going to want to wipe our brush off on a piece of paper towel and try to blend it with the pink around the cloud. Bring that down. Pick up a little bit more, just a little bit, because a little bit will go a long way. You'll see how that goes a long way. Add some water, streak it out. Oh, see that? If you lose the pink, just go back up, pick up some pink, put it back in, streak it on. Very light pressure. I'm going to wash my brush out, and then I'm going to go and make sure that I soften any of those makeup lines. So you can get as bright of a pink as you want, or light or more purples. If your yellow has disappeared, go pick up some more yellow. Soften this out. I'm just going over that makeup line with a wet brush. I can go in and decide to add more yellow. I can add more orange. If I lost my orange, pick up some orange, bring that back in. And guess it's just paper, right?
So Cindy, if you're doing it on acrylic, it's pretty much the same thing, right?
So when you're doing it on acrylic, you're gonna have to use a lot of water and keep going back and forth over it to blend the colors. So that's what I did here. I placed my yellow clouds down first, added some orange tinges. Then I did the pink and the purple. I might have mixed the pink with a little bit of white down here because I wanted it to be softer. But it's definitely the same thing, all going back and forth. When you're happy with that, then you need to blow dry it. And this is why I say when you go to trace your design on here, make sure that if you're going to do the cloud areas, that it's very light, because as you can see, the pencil mark doesn't get covered up with watercolor. The pencil marks remain, and then you can't go back and erase them.
I show you, you'll be hypercritical on those things I'm trying to fix right now.
Yeah. Oh yes, yep. Keep going and make the tops darker, you're fine. Oh, bring it down. Don't forget to bring it all the way down to the inside your buildings.
Oh, all the way down? Okay.
Yeah, it has, because see here, I'll show you.
Oh, it's got to go through the back of the line.
It has to go all the way down to the bottom here.
Got it. Cool.
Of the buildings. How about you, Kathy?
I think mine has to go down lower.
Yes. Yeah, oh, that's a beautiful sky, but yeah, bring it down lower because it has to go all the way down to the bottom where the buildings are the lowest.
Is that all the colors or just the purple, Cindy?
I did the light pink.
Or the light pink all the way down?
Yeah, I did the light pink all the way down. All the way down. If you have just like a solid mass of color and there's no variation in it at all, then you might want to go pick up a different color. Like if it's yellow, I'm going to go pick up some orange and I'm going to chop some orange lines in there just to give it a little movement variation.
Did you put in orange?
Cat orange?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting in cat orange now.
Okay.
If you have too much water, just wipe your brush off and pick up the excess there. It seems to want to be excess, that's all. Okay. You want to add some orange into your pink sky, you can do that too. I wouldn't do yellow necessarily, but orange will work. Okay, let's see over here. I'll just add some more here. Some more over here. I don't know how the camera's picking up the orange. depending on how much water you have on your surface, the brush can, I mean, the paint could dissipate into the pink. I'm gonna add a little bit of that pink into some of this area, just to keep it flowing. Pick up some of that area. So eventually we have to be done and stop playing with it. Say for instance, I'm not done yet, obviously. I have this big pink area here. Say I want to break that up and put a cloud in there. All I have to do is take the clean water brush and you can start going back and forth with that water and lift the paint right off, see? So once you get enough of the paint off that you're happy with, wash your brush out, go back and pick up some of that cad yellow and stick in a cloud. Wash your brush out, pick up some of that orange and tuck some of that orange in there. And then blow dry. And see, now I broke up that big pink area. Of course, that's only good with watercolor. It doesn't work so well with acrylics. On the acrylics, make sure you have your clouds in there with the yellow first and don't have big patches of other color, pink. I'm going to dry this, and then one by one, Ophelia, you can show me yours. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, all the way down. Yeah, in the middle buildings, there's the middle buildings. Is there paint between them? Where your ring finger is?
Yeah,
Down between.
not all the way down.
Yeah, you got to put it all the way down.
Okay.
Put it all the way down, and then Kathy.
That's what this image is.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yep, you're right. Yep. Hold it up so I can see the buildings again. There's still some white area between those buildings.
Okay, I'll put some pinks in.
Yeah, you need to bring the pink all the way up to meet up with the yellow.
Oh, okay.
Right through the buildings. Melissa, dropping things. Oh, isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
That's very beautiful. Very soft.
All the way down.
Oh, that's okay. You can do that too.
And look what I remember to do. All the way around the edges.
Awesome.
I didn't want to forget later.
So blow dry.
Huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Blow dry it if it's not already dry. Is it dry? Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to do the sun rays. This is where it differs between the acrylics, even more so than the watercolor. And I used a watercolor round. Okay, this round is fairly big, so like a size 8. And you got to figure out where is your sun? Where is your sun setting?
He's in the other room. No?
Yeah, he's in the other room. I'm going to put my sun somewhere like down here. Okay, so pretend it's down here. This is going to then shoot rays, right? So think about that. Actually, you know what? The sun is more. Does it really matter? You can put the sun wherever you want, but in my original, I had the sun being more like here. So it shot a ray directly up from this building. And I'm gonna start by having my brush with a lot of water in it and I'm going to pick up some of the cad orange, and I'm going to squiggle up, okay? Fairly bright and wide, and then having it trail off. Put some water on your brush, wipe your brush off, and soften the edge. Wipe it off on your towel. It's probably better to have a rag rather than a towel, paper towel, but it's because a paper towel will dry, take too much moisture. This looks like a little bit of a fire, so let's just lighten the edge up on that. I'll lighten the edge up on that one. Now, if you're doing this in acrylics, what you're going to do is take your flat brush and you're going to pre-wet with water. So I took my flat brush, I pre-wet an area. So say my son's here, I pre-wet an area where I'm going to put my ray. Took my cad orange and loaded it only on one, took the round brush. And picked up some of that cad orange, and I'm going to go right up the center of that area that I wet.
That's better.
And see how it dissipates?
Yeah.
Of course, you don't have a building there to worry about, but so I'm going to put some more water on this one. Pick up some of that cad orange and have it come right up the center. And watch that fade away. Piece of cake, got it? If it's too bright, you can always go and take a mop brush and brush it out wherever it's too bright for you. But that's how you're going to get those sun rays in. Okay, my next ray I will put over here and soften the edge out. But
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was unmuted. I missed the line.
what'd you miss?
Nothing.
Okay.
I put the water line.
Yep.
And then I went with the cad orange right over a separate place that wasn't where the water was.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what I do when I'm not paying close attention.
That's
And
fine.
then I have just a beautiful streak that's not where it's supposed to be.
It's okay.
But it's okay because this is one of those things that you can easily kind of blend in little streaky thingies.
Right. So you can chisel it.
The one thing with this is, like, if you get something the way you like it, so easy to mess it up.
With watercolor, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay. I'm gonna do another one over here, going down that way. So mine are a little strong today, but yours doesn't have to be so strong. Go back in and put some stronger pinks. That's the nice thing about this. You can just keep playing with it. Tone down that, add some more yellow if you want. And I think that we have 4. Let's do one more and that'll make it 5.
My city looks really small all of a sudden. My
Let's
star
see.
looks so big.
Well, that's because you got a big sky.
Yeah.
Show us.
Okay. Let's see. Make sure my thing is dry enough.
I'll put the AC back on.
You see? I
Oh,
see.
beautiful. Well, you can put your city up there now.
Huh?
You can put your city higher if you want.
How do I do that?
You just do the line drawing again, but above it.
Oh.
But I think you'll be fine. You're using a square canvas, so it should be either below the halfway mark or above it. So you want more sky. That's really the beauty thing you're showing. The city buildings are a second-hand thing. You really want the sky to show. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm going to spotlight Kathy. Okay, she's got spotlights.
Yes.
It's like you're in Hollywood, honey.
You're right. I went all out.
Yeah, you are in Hollywood, and it's gorgeous. Now, if you were trying to do the sun, though, all of the lines should meet back to a central point.
Oh, okay. You're right. I've got 2 that are off center.
So you've got those, when they have a special event going on, they have those big spotlights in the sky and they kind of move all over the place.
Uh-huh.
That's where you are. You have a special event happening. It's awesome, though. Awesome. Okay, let's go over to Ophelia. How you doing? Oh, yeah. See that? Oh, just stop moving for a second. There you go. Yeah, she's going to have a real hot day tomorrow in that city.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, very good. Let's move on then. If it's dry, hopefully all of them are dry. Now for the buildings, I actually went right to black, or lamp black. And my use a flat brush when you can, and a liner brush or a round brush when you need to. It's depending on the areas that you are working in. Some require, like there's a building over here, which requires you to actually put a little point at the top, like an antenna. And then there's a little support for it. And then the rest of the building comes out and in. So that one there, you might want to go down to your 10-aught liner for that one. I also tried to incorporate perspective as far as to say buildings are not one-dimensional. We're seeing at least 2D here. You're seeing one side like this and one side like this or like that. So you're always seeing two sides of everything. I know it's going to be all black, but still the way you make it different is I put one line on a diagonal and one line goes straight across. This one comes straight across and then comes down on a diagonal.
Can you show that again? I was looking down.
So this one came up on a diagonal and then went straight across. This one went straight across and then went down on a diagonal.
I mean, when I drew them, I made them all kind of straight across, but I see what you did there.
It's a very slight difference. It looks straight across, but it really, like I said, very, very subtle change. And then I would just go ahead and outline them all with the black and then go back and fill that whole area in using a flat brush. And hopefully you got your watercolor beyond, you got your watercolor into the buildings. Sorry. So that you don't have white halos around your buildings. And again, it's not going to be perfect because we're doing it by hand. We're not architects doing it computer generation, right?
Right.
It's always something beautiful about the city skyline at night. And if you wanted to do, like if I wanted to do my city skyline, which is not really anything to do, but if I wanted to do, say, New York, or I can switch this out for New York, put the same clouds, because we have sunset, sunsets on our city skyline too. If you want to keep this building symmetrical, draw your line across all three and then down. And if you're really, need to use a ruler when you sketch this on, you can do that. Except for that building, you can't do it with that building. So now that I outline my buildings, now I can go back with my flat brush, probably take a 14, because that seems to fit inside the buildings much better. And I'm going to make sure you don't have any water in your brush, or at least not a lot of water in your brush, because it will thin out the paint and you will have to go back and do a second coat. If I was being real careful about this, I'd want all these lines to be straight up and down. Pretty easy, huh?
No, it looks good. Oh my gosh, it looks great.
Not that you can see it. It looks like this is not colored, but it is a pink, but it's very, very pale. Watercolors don't always come through the camera very well.
Hold that right there. Let me take a picture.
Can you take a picture?
Yeah. Oops. Hold on. I've been taking You switched it out. Put it back. I know that. I saw that. In progress. I'm going to write work in progress.
No fun.
Mhm.
How we doing on the buildings?
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, let me see.
Hmm.
Oh
Feels like-
yes. Look at
Feels
you.
like Batman.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, keep going. Keep going. How you doing, Ophelia?
I'm doing good. I got my buildings in.
Oh, cool. Yep, I love it. Yep, you got perspective. I see it. Awesome. Bet you Melissa doesn't have her buildings on. Oh, look at you.
Almost.
Oh,
Almost done. Yeah, cool. Okay.
I freehanded my buildings too, by the way.
You freehand everything you do.
Oh, no, that's because I'm too impatient to get the printer working. So,
Because you're talented.
well, thank you.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually take out a ruler to show you this, to demonstrate this, because this might get away from you. There's a building here that's actually in front of the building there. So I'll show you on the acrylics. This building here has got two sides, and it's in front of this big building back here. So I'm going to kind of make myself a line that where this second step goes over and it stops midway of this step here, comes down, and it almost is aligning with that little jetty thing there. So it almost actually comes down this far. And it will end, you know, I have to look at everything to figure out where this is going to relate. So it kind of does that. And the good thing about black is we can go back over with it after and wipe it out. So there's a line of windows that are going to come this way. This is going to come down and then it's going to go back up. So there's a rooftop here, and then there's going to be a line of windows that go that way. Pretty much all the other buildings are kind of like, this building is in front of a bigger building back there. So if you wanted to put a line down here to remind you that this is a two-sided building, so you have windows here and you have windows there. This is a two-sided building as well. Again, here's two-sided building. There's going to be a big square here, and there's going to be a narrower square over there, which actually ends here. And there's a building back here, which is kind of, I don't know why I have that in there and not in there, but I do. This building here can come out in front of that building. So you see how I'm doing this? I'm separating it so that you see where the buildings are. Now there could be a building that comes out in front of this one. This building can actually come out in front. We don't know, you know. So when you go and do your windows, keep in mind, some buildings might be in front of other buildings. This building comes out here and might come down here. And so drawing all those lines in with a chalk pencil and then go back and erase them after. Get out some Snow White paint and we're going to paint in our windows. I'm going to use a liner brush, the 10-aught probably. Is what that is. And I'm going to first put in this big white square up here. I have no idea what this is, but it's in the photo. And then the rest of it is pretty much whatever you want to do. You can do little dashes of color. Some are bigger than others. Follow the roof. If you did a slant on the roof, follow that line and be parallel with that line. Otherwise, the rest can be, and you don't have to have 3 windows across. You can do them smaller dots. They should be smaller dots because they're way up there. You can do 2 and 3, and do 2, and then come down here and do 3, and do 2 over here, and 2 over there. And it's whoever's home. Who knows who's home? I'm going to do some back here. I'm going to do a couple on this side, even though I didn't do it up there. Put one up here. Put a couple dashes here. And I should try to make them in a straight row. And if you have 6 going across the top, you should make sure that you continue that method in different places all the way down that building. This one here has lights that go all the way down like that. Buttons on a shoe. The buildings that are further away, the dots get smaller. Tried making bricks there and I shouldn't have done that one, but it's okay. I'll go back over with black after. Put some over here. They don't have to all have windows. They don't all have to be in a row. Now, when we get over to this building over here that I put lines across, because I did that one a little different. Go. So let me show you this building and then you can go back to doing those other ones. This building has spotlights on the top of it that that face upwards, like beams of light that go up. So what I first did was picked up my white, and along that top roof line, I started flicking little strokes or flames up with the white. And I did the same at the top of this roof over here, which actually is below the, it's going to be below this second step. And I'll show you close up in a second. I'm just gonna go like that, and it just goes to the end of that. See?
Mhm.
So it only goes as high as the second step. You've got one step here, the next step's there. This is one step, this is step 2. You want to stay below that step. And go only a fraction into the width of this one here. Third step. That would be the third step. You go in only a fraction. Does it help you with what I'm saying at all when I say that? Because I'm relating it to the other areas. Like this here would stop just right in line with the top piece here, the right side of that top piece. So once you do that, we're going to go down and take our liner brush and draw. I'm going to draw lines across here in white. And they don't go, they shouldn't go beyond, I should have stopped. They shouldn't go beyond the end of this building here. So I'm going to go back with black and stop that. Get rid of that one. Okay. So I'm going to pick up some more white, and I probably have them too far apart. So I'm going to put one in the middle here. Another one here. I'm not going to put it on the left side though. I'm just going to put it on the right side. I'm going to put a line underneath those spots on the left side. On the left side, I'm going to do just some windows, little dashes of windows, dots of windows. Try to keep them all the same size and the same distance. And then the ones that are between these lines are dashes the long way. It's almost like this building is full of glass. Is the way it's just, I'm not that all the buildings are full of glass, but for whatever reasons, this building really, see how it really lights up?
Oh, yeah.
It's like almost like solid glass all the way across. It's something.
Was that the photograph?
Yeah. Like something's reflecting really brightly. There's very little black
Probably
on
the
it.
freeway.
Probably
the freeway.
I think. So I think I captured it pretty well, huh?
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. You're so precise. But since you have that,
If you're ready to go on, the next step is take some cadmium yellow, and I'm going to start picking and choosing some windows. We painted them white, now we can paint them yellow. If you tried to paint yellow over the black, it wouldn't show up. We had to paint them white first, just in case anybody wanted to know. No rhyme, no reason, just pick some. You don't have to do them all. You just pick a few. Make them yellow. It's like they got warm lights in their building. Not the LED, you know. The only thing I would say, do not do the 4 at the top of that building. And don't do the fires yet. On the fires, like you did the white, start at the bottom and flick up. Start at the bottom and flick up. The next color I'm going to use is going to be the cad orange. And on the flame, I'm going to go down. I'm going to start from the peak of the flame and I'm going to bring it down. Not all the way. I don't want to cover up all the yellow. That's why I'm starting from the top down. And that's just a very little itty bitty spot. Add some yellow over here, because a lot of white. Okay. The last color I'm going to use is this bright blue, or whatever bright blue you have. And that is those 4 windows at the top of this building. So now you can go ahead and just keep doing what you're filling in these areas, whichever ones you feel should be more yellow, less white. 2 there, 1 there. Do that. Make some yellow over here. I'm going to erase my graphite lines that I made to show you perspective, but I'll leave them there for right now. But when I'm done, I will erase them.
I'll show you what I've got, Cindy.
Okay.
I know one building I put high and I shouldn't have. There should be some pink in there, but.
That's okay. Up, raise it. Raise it up. Oh, pretty. Yeah, you got the little spotlighty things going. Cool. I like it. You want to show me yours, Melissa?
Sure. I haven't started with the yellow yet, just the white.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I like it.
I do too.
Thank you. My buildings weren't exactly like yours, but I kind of tried to do what you have.
I think you got it. And do the ones above the flames. The blue. Yeah, you're still working on the white. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it up. You're doing good. Looks awesome. Ophelia. Look at
Oh,
that.
I like that. Uh-huh.
Look at that.
Yeah, I love it.
Very good.
Oh, wow.
That's fantastic.
That looks like the sky. Looks
I
very
know. Everything I'm mesmerized by the buildings. But yes, awesome. So there you go. I'd say you are done. You can sign it and call it a day.
Now, do you take all the chalk lines off?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Take all those chalk lines off. And if you can't get them all off, go back with your black paint and paint them back, you know, paint them out with black paint. Melissa, Melissa, Melissa.
I figure out where to put your. Yeah, I was looking at the picture.
Melissa. What? Where do I put what?
All a little yellow, but I'm, finding different spots.
Oh, you just put your yellows wherever you want. It's just the only ones that are not going to be yellow are the ones that are going to be right up here. It's hard to see, but those are actually blue.
Yeah, I see the blue.
Can you see them?
Yeah, those are blue, and then got some yellow underneath there.
You don't have to be perfectly like mine. What I might do though is I might take some black and I'm just going to straighten this edge of the spotlights. So I straighten the edge of the spotlights. So see, easy peasy.
Oh, that looks good.
Look at those. It's a little crooked. See, can't do it. Can't do it. So what do you think, Melissa, Melissa, Melissa?
Well, what do you think? What do you think? What do we do to finish it off?
Sign it
Sign it?
and varnish it. Put a couple coats of varnish on there. So how you doing with your flames?
Oh, I think am I finished with my flames?
You gonna put some cat orange?
I did.
Okay. Do it from the top down so that you don't have any white showing.
Oh, okay.
You don't want any white showing.
So, yeah, so then varnish it, sign it or whatever, and then we're done with Summer in the City.
Yep, and then I would put, now the acrylics, you varnish it. The acrylics you varnish and you're fine just to frame it without glass. Watercolor, I probably would not varnish it, but I would just put it under glass.
Okay.
And not hang it in the shower or anywhere where it's very humid. Just saying. So Melissa, honey, you want to say the goodbyes?
Well, it's a hot time. No, it's a fun time in the hot town tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
See you next week.
Yes.
Summer in the City. You have anything to say about our word of the week?
Well, yeah, hope. Never give up hope. The path isn't always easy to navigate, especially in a city, but it's there. You can find it. So sometimes it takes a little dusting off and a little guidance, but you'll find it. So that's my message for you today.
Very good. So thank you all for joining us here at the Paint with Heart Studios. For those of you who weren't able to make it, we hope to see you again soon. We missed you very much, and hopefully, you'll be here soon. So for myself and Melissa, have a wonderful week and paint with heart.